Hello and welcome to a new episode of The Vault. Today we're building the third theme, I think. And that is the nether theme. You may have already guessed it using a hint in the last episode with the portal sound playing. But we're going to the nether using this nether portal. And I have built a bit of a palette already here. So this is kind of how the room looks. We use these blocks, I think. Now I need to build the whole room behind me. So let's first build the room, this part of the room, and figure out how it's gonna look. And now you end up in the room. So we have a stair to lift you up a bit, because I did want some lava at the bottom. Now you end up on this ledge, and then there's some lava which you don't want to fall in, because of course this is the parkour room, and this parkour is heavily inspired by the vault on Hermitcraft, because it's gonna be TNT and obsidian. You jump from obsidian to obsidian, and meanwhile TNT falls from above. So yeah, I don't know how I will do this yet, but you have to get from here. We'll try it. That's why this wall is not built yet, because I don't know how high it will be. Yes, I messed up. I forgot that you needed a ledge to stand on. You needed to end on something, not just a wall like this. So that's why there are two rows. But I'll think about how the parkour is gonna look, and then I may even have it working. But I'll experiment some bit with the TNT, and the obsidian blocks are in, so you can basically choose where you want to go, but it's just to confuse you. May think it matters where you go, but it really doesn't matter, so you just choose the best path for you. And here is the whole TNT mechanism. So it's repeating a pattern of this small thing. For every whole obsidian block there's one of these with a chance thing. So if it's a sword, then it's a bigger signal than 1, and it will trigger the TNT. And I haven't tested it with all of them. I've only tested one slice, only this back slice. So hopefully my computer doesn't crash, and hopefully the whole thing doesn't blow up. Here we go. Let's try this again. So yeah, the end will hook this up to a timer. This will be timed, so every couple of seconds or so this will drop. And of course you don't want to be near the TNT blocks when they drop, then you get blown off. Now added the timer to it, so it just goes around up there, and then it drops in a nice interval. I've also decreased the chance for TNT to spawn on a block, so you have slightly less TNT. And I have added a bit of a longer fuse to them. Oops. Because before, when it fell, it immediately exploded. So you saw the TNT and you were dead. Now you have a bit of time to get away from the TNT. As you can see, I cannot jump, but I also added a teleporter to make sure you don't die the lava, because you have to wait extremely, well, not extremely long, you have to wait a couple of seconds for it to die. So just to be convenient, I teleport to here instead of waiting in the lava every time you fall. But it's doable now. And Well, it's doable if you're not recording, but it's doable. I did it, so it's possible, and I didn't take that long. The room is now finished with the occasional TNT blasts, and this is the final room. It took a while, and well, because I'm not used to building in a nether theme, but we have these big kind of banners with T and a V, default, and so you enter there, you leave through the big entrance at the back, and there's just the scribbles on the wall. I don't know how these call those, but yeah, this is room, and there are some lava spouts in the ceiling. So now it's time to go on to the next room. I do want to have a bit of the same color palette. It will probably look different, so I'll design some other decorations. We'll have the same blocks used. So first I will make the room again, and I'll come back with an update as soon as I know what I'm doing. I have something to show you now. I've just decorated the room a bit, just like here, with the top corners and sides and the bottom. Just like in the other room, it's also the same here. And I've added two bridges for the entrance and exit. So you begin there, and you will stay there for a while. So there'll be cast in a cage there, and then you will stay here, and you have to hit the fireballs to the target. And I will use some command blocks to detect it, so I can get a better response. This is really hard to really accurately hit the target block, but as you can see, it works. That's the plan for now. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. That's not it. Oh, well, this is the mechanic for this room. Of course, it's just not the final design for the cage and the targets. But when you hit all the targets, a bridge will appear, so you can walk to the other side of the room. And that's the whole mechanic of this room. And I will need to detect the fireballs near the targets, because you can't really pull out 7 of all these 5 blocks. You can only pull it off 4 max, and so yeah, hitting them is then really difficult. That's why I will put a command block behind it, and I have to put a command block here to make the cast not be able to die. So that's only true, and then I just need to decorate the whole room. Just noticed my microphone was doing weird things again, so 2 of my clips didn't have sound. So here you have them with me talking over them, and maybe it's a bit weird, maybe a bit weird, but I hope it's good enough. So I've designed the targets and the cages now, and I've put some command blocks behind them. I also added these lava spouts bottom. When you hit the target, I can do this. Please let me show you this. There we go. They turn on, so the lights turn on when you hit them. And after a while, the casts change. So the other one starts shooting, so you can shoot the other side a bit easier, especially the one closest to you. And that also turns on. Now let's switch again. Look at that, I'm a pro. Can we hit this? The ones are shooting again, but we did that. We nailed that shot. As you can see, we may need to change the range of the detection a bit big right now, but there are all the blocks. Now it's done. They should stop shooting, which they don't. So we need to look into that. But let's go to creative. Let me show you the command blocks. So this is behind every of the targets, one of them. So it looks for the fireball. Then it sets the block beneath it to red air. So when the redstone block is there, the lights are off. When it's gone, the lights are on. And then set the redstone block at the top to check if all the target blocks have been hit. So here you can see all the blocks, each representing one target. We hit them all. The redstone torch turns on, and this gets activated. And there is a timer for the casts. That also shuts off when you hit all the targets. But that's what we've done now. But I should be tight, and we're switching the casts by putting barriers in front of them. And that is this room completely done. So yeah, I didn't know what to do, obviously. I put these big banner things on the wall. It was a pain because I didn't center them in the... I was literally trying to center them, and then I didn't center them. Apparently they were about one block off. I had to move everything aside, but the lava was already in, so it was a pain, but I did it. And their bridge is now up there. So when you finish, the bridge comes down, and you now have a ding sound when you do hit the target. Like that. Oh, that's a screenshot. That is this room. On the side we have the same things as in this room there, but a bit longer. But that with this room done, it's now time to head to the last room of this episode, the boss room. And I want to do this room a bit different than the other boss rooms. I want to have some different levels, and of course there's lava underneath. So I'm thinking of putting the circle with the star shape thingy on the roof, and then building kind of a tiered nether fortress like you find in the nether. Of course, but in this style, not in the vanilla Minecraft style. I don't know how that's gonna work, how it looks, but I'm gonna try, and I'll be back with a result, good or bad. Well, if you finish the ghast room, you can go to the PvP room. Not PvP. Keep going into PvP, but it's actually PvE. But not the most imposing entrance. I really have a feeling there should be something here on the side, but I have no clue what to put there. So if you have an idea, put it in the comments. But if you then enter here, you can see it's kind of a nether fortress, but then with the red nether bricks and the black stone edges. And yeah, after building this whole fortress, I was too lazy to design something for these walls. I just copied the same thing from the first room and just put it all over this room. But you can't blame me, I've been building this whole fortress for like 3 hours. But you can have 2 levels to fight on. And there will be some mobs. I have to put all... This will be a bit more difficult to put in. You have all these different locations where we're gonna need to put in mobs. Can't just put them all in the middle. So I have to do that. And yeah, this is also again not really an imposing entrance. But they'll have to do with it. Have to deal with it. And I need to make the animation for finishing the room and going into the next theme. But first, I do want to put in the mobs, I think. Or first room, door. I don't know. Next clip, both are going to be done. And of course, the star is also up here. With all the nether blocks. I do need to put some light up there. That's this room. And of course, you can really see the vanilla nether fortress in this. And you have all these stairs to go up. But yeah, I'll put in the mobs. I'll make a nice animation again. Like I did for the other things, for the bridge, for the opening of the throne, and animation going into the nether fortress, into the end. You can see all these animations laid out here. And I've put that one on the side for some reason. So that's one. That one is on the other side. But I'll think of something. And everything is now in. So when you enter the room, not a scary door, it closes behind you. Now you have the withering water. I chose for the wither pattern because, well, as you can see, someone mentioned it in the comments, short, but wither skeletons can have armor, so you can make them much more powerful than the normal mobs. That's why I went for the wither skeleton and not for the blaze, as many asked for. Yeah, blaze cannot really make a blaze much more difficult than this. And you can't really differentiate between the boss blaze and the other blazes. So that's why we went for the withering water. And yeah, I've also made the new animation for the door. But of course that will be as you still play the map. Or until you watch a walkthrough or video of my friends playing the map, I will probably make. But you have to see what comes next. And it's not a really difficult map in the sense of mobs. Can just take it a bit more easier than the other room. Still, well, you still have to be careful because you can just fall off. In testing, I did fall off, so. And if a blaze falls down, he gets teleported up. Yeah, he gets teleported up. Also, if the withering water falls down, he gets teleported up. Blazes just tend to fall down when they're not aggro at you. And of course, it's much too easy to defeat the boss when he falls down into the lava. You just shoot him, so that's why he teleports back to here. And the blazes port up, so they can still see you. And then testing, one blaze was stuck at the bottom. He didn't see me, so I was like, I defeated all the mobs, but I didn't. Stupid blaze was hiding in the lava. That's why they now teleport up to you. That's the whole map. Not the whole map. But that's the nether part of the map. And that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. And next time we'll finish the fourth theme. Theme 4. And then we have just 2 themes left. See you in the next episode. Like and subscribe if you liked it. Share your feedback and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.